Hello. Talk about her business, and we will not see her for a while. She's having a baby next week.
What is this? Oh, don't give me a microphone. Okay, I'll just hold it. I don't need to wear it. That way, I mean, I'll just keep it. But anyway, so hey, I'm Christine Crawley. For those of you that don't know me, I'm pretty sure I've met all of you at least once before, but if not, hello, nice to meet you. So I'm with HomeServe Home Warranty. We were Nation's Home Warranty up until April of this year. So now we're part of a much bigger home warranty company, so we're able to cover larger areas. I can go all the way to Tyler now and all the way down to Houston and Cedar Creek Lake area, and we're working on Oklahoma. But we can also cover California, Arizona, and some other states that I just forgot because we did that. But and we're really big in Canada and Europe as well. So a little bit about us. We're still able to keep the free seller's coverage for your listings. The only thing the sellers are going to pay is a $100 service call fee. It used to be $75 for sellers. It's actually got up to $100. So I don't have any literature on that yet, but it's coming. But I can always educate your sellers on the phone or email or text. Please connect me with your buyers and sellers. That way I can educate them on our product and help them choose the right plan for them. As far as plans go, we've got two to choose from. We've got the Essential Plan, which is $475, and that's going to cover all of your major built-in appliances, HVAC, water heater, electrical, plumbing, and refrigerators, which is pretty rare to find refrigerator coverage for as low as $475 a year. And then we've got the Premier Plan, which is $525. That's everything I just mentioned, plus 2 HVAC tune-ups per year, and it covers washer and dryer. And right now, if you order directly through me, I know I am about to go on maternity leave in like a week, but I'll still have my phone, so text me, call me. I'll get restless with feeding the baby and sleeping. But I can get it for as little as $500 right now. And our service call co-pays, the first one is free. After that, it's $75. Most people use the first service call, the free one, for their repeat. They can use it for whatever they want. All of our services that are done by technicians that we send out are guaranteed for a year. That's also very rare. It's usually 30 to 60 days in the industry. So even if sellers get service done, the buyers don't convert, but the buyers were aware of the service that was done and that it was done through our service, we will still honor that year guarantee for the service that was done. If y'all have any questions for me, I know that's a lot, but I'm an open book, and you can always reach me, like I said. But if you have any questions, yes.
You made it to the room. Can you go a little more in depth into what seller's coverage is? How do I get that? When do I do that? Why do I do that?
So that is to protect your sellers for last minute oopsies or breaks. The inspection report comes up and says, it's not quite perfect, this needs to be changed, if it's a code violation or things like that. Or really, if the oven stopped working, that was a recent one actually. An oven stopped working, and we were there to step in and fix that oven for the buyers so that the sellers didn't have to come out of pocket. All they were out of pocket was $75 for the service call. And how you set that up is you just either text me, email me, or call me on this property address. I can look up the seller's names online, but I would prefer, their names and phone numbers and the property address. I can start it before it goes live, or you can wait until it goes live. Either way is fine, and that's good for 180 days. If we need to extend it, we can. But right now, in this market, we haven't been doing all free. It's free. All we ask in return is to be connected with the buyer's agent after auction, or the buyer, whichever comes for it.
So then you can get the business from the buyer.
So that we can convert it.
Otherwise,
Right. But it makes it look real good.
yes,
It sets us apart from everyone else. So
okay.
yeah, I know some of our competitors, if the buyers don't convert and the seller used it, then they're stuck with the premium, at closing. That's not the case for us. We do it in good faith. No. Yeah. So, but we do like to be connected to your buyers. When you have a buyer, or the buyer's agent, or the buyer at the auction. That would be cool. So Any other questions? Second. Well, second pregnancy, third child. We adopted our nephew. He's about 4. So, and then I have an 11-year-old that was my third. He's super girl. He's really concerned that her room is like right next to his. He's like, that means I can't put my Xbox after dark. I'm like, no, you can't. It's good that you said that. I was gonna say that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, y'all can reach out to me anytime. I answer my phone, I answer my text, and my email. So let me know if I can help you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Christine. You're welcome. And I'll leave some literature in y'all's work room. So, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and say it louder. Since you're agent, you can get these real estate discounted rates all year, every year, like the premium never goes up very often. It only goes up one time for the buyers. So the 525 will go up to 595, but that's it. But for y'all, it's it. Yeah.
How's everybody doing today? Monday, the Cowboys are 4-1. Once again, the Cowboys are 4-1. Nobody cares about these inferior teams. Ooh, we've won 2 games. We're the Eagles. No one cares. No one cares. Same with the Saints. No one cares. Hunter's fantasy teams went 4-0 this weekend, so that's exciting. Pat on the old back here. So I'll tell you kind of how today's class came about. We didn't have a class scheduled, and Sarah texted me last week asking what we could put on for Monday, and kind of looking at the calendar. Realized it's October. We're getting into the holiday season. And so I wanted to bring together some agents to mastermind kind of on ways to stay productive over the holidays. So I've got a few topics I've written down, but I'd love if you guys have something that's pressing, that's market of the moment. We've got a good group in here. I'd love to mastermind it together. We can either break into 2 small groups, do it as 1 big group. I've got Susan pulled up on my pad there, so I can mute her on this screen and pop her in if we break into groups so that she can participate as well. But obviously the holidays, especially in the 14 years I've been in this business, I've noticed the trend seems to be getting farther and farther away. Agents start to step out of their business. When I started, it was a little after Thanksgiving. Most agents just kind of shut it down for the year. These days, I see agents start as early as like Halloween. Second Halloween's over, that's a Sunday. We don't see them anymore. They're like, well, I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up, so I gotta get my house ready for family on Thanksgiving. You mean the holiday that's 3 weeks away? We need to take off the next 3 weeks, and then when Thanksgiving ends, well, I gotta do shopping for the holiday, and we're going out of town for a week, and so really I can't get into it. And then the New Year's, and I mean New Year's, I mean you can't expect me to work during New Year's, like January is completely wasted. I think I'll probably get back into business sometime in the year after maybe that day. And maybe some of you in this room can afford to take off starting 3 weeks from now and go until February 15th. My team never had that luxury. We actually made the 4th quarter turn our 1st quarter into the best time of the year. We are fortunate here in North Texas that we don't suffer the seasonality that you see in some parts of the country. It's eye-opening when I went to Portland, because I always grew up believing seasonality was a myth. It didn't exist, because it doesn't exist in North Texas. This is our idea of a cold front. It's 82 degrees right now. There's nothing cold about 82 degrees in the middle of October. However, when I went to Portland, you would watch and literally come about October 15th, their market just died. And it does not come back until about April 1st. It's because the sky is gray for 24 hours a day. The sun goes down at 4 p.m. and it's wet and muddy everywhere. People just don't buy houses in that weather for whatever reason. We live here. where we had a 10-minute storm last night, and now we got a week full of cool temperatures and perfect time to go out and stuff. So I wanted to go over a couple topics that I thought might be relevant, but we'll vote on it as a group or at least get a consensus that we can mastermind around. So one, what strategies are you implementing to make sure your business thrives over the holiday season? Second one, what events, touches are you going to be doing for your sphere of influence this holiday season? A lot of our more experienced agents do some sort of kind of touch, special touch for their sphere of influence, especially that top 20% of those top 20 people. If you're waiting until December 15th to plan out your holiday touches, it's not going to work very well. So we want to start putting the wheels in motion, and I've got a few that we can go over. And then last one that I wrote down, how to handle the objection, we want to wait until the holiday season is over. So is there anything that you guys would like to talk about today? I am open for suggestions. This is your mastermind. What strategies are you implementing to make sure your business thrives over the holiday season? It's the easiest time of year to get distracted. I mean, who's a big holiday person? Gets all the decorations, the families come into town, and my mom, I imagine by October 31st, I will have an itinerary because we're staying home for the holidays. My brother and aunt are coming into town. We will have dinner reservations planned. I will know what time I have to be at the house every day. And that is so I am the always up and whatever I want to, go to dinner with them. It's not my favorite time of year for that reason, but makes mama happy. So guess what? I will be at dinner when I am told to be at dinner. But it means that those sorts of things, my little brother's coming to town. I haven't seen him since the damn pandemic hit. I'm gonna want to spend time with him. But I've got to make sure that I account for that when it comes to planning out what my lead generation schedule looks like. It was like when I was a team leader, we were required to take 40 appointments a month. And there were months like February, my first year as a team leader, where we had a week out for family reunion. I was going to be gone for 5 days to Austin, Texas for franchise systems orientation. And I was going to be in Mastermind for 2 days. I was not allowed to tell my owner at the time, hey, I'm missing 2.5 weeks this month. I won't be able to do my 40. That was not an option. So I had to front load that first week of February and knock out 31 appointments in a week. So that last week I could knock out the last night and make sure I hit my goal of 40. It was not an excuse of, well, I'm on vacation. I just will do 10 this month and we'll be cool with that, right? I would have lost my job my first month after. Instead I waited until the 6th month. But I hit my 40 appointments and I didn't lose it, I quit. But that taught me, you've got to front load or back load, but you've got to account for that stuff. And so start being cognizant today. So yeah, the first question was, what strategies are you implementing to make sure your business thrives over the holiday season? Number 2, I'd love to discuss what events, touches are you going to be doing for your SOI this holiday season? Whether that's the pie drop-off, we will do barbecue, sauces. Who's thought about doing a food drive? We used to do that. That takes some planning. If you are going to be doing any sort of holiday event for your people, that takes a lot of planning.
So I actually
This holiday, you for us to make like maybe not have money, but there's 100% and going to your house, doing the top 5, right? And I recommend doing a competition. Like, hey, my friends have Halloween yet. I want to do a competition. Send me photos. Show up, and you just engage with them. I want to. And so like kind of strategize and then build a budget. How much can I really afford to do? But guess what? Time is just gonna be my responsibility, right? Or not, you show up, okay, happy Halloween, whatever it might be, I'm just trying to help you.
Yep.
But it's a good time. What do you
doing for the holidays? You know, it's just a good questions asked real that we were doing.
Do y'all want to do that one first? Y'all want to do it in one or break into two small groups? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna try to keep notes. Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what we're breaking in groups to do.
We're not gonna break into groups. We're gonna just do it as a big group. So we're gonna talk about what events, touches are you going to be doing for your sphere of influence.
Okay. Well, this is what I've been doing over the last couple days. Stickering my soap with my logo and information. It's attached to a card and little fall leaves, and it says, I'm here for you through all your real estate seasons. Happy fall.
Will you show it again, Susan?
You bet. So, hit Bath and Body Works when they're having a sale. I did custom stickers that I've put on the side, so when they put this out, and I did a bunch of fall scents, so I have different colors as well. Have a ribbon with my card attached, and then I made this little card, and it says, I'm here for you through all your real estate seasons. Happy fall. Because everybody loves this soap, so they'll have it out.
So I want to know how many people
Okay.
how much time is it going to take?
So I've got a question from the audience for you, Susan. How many
Okay.
people are you giving it out to? How much time has it taken or will take, and what is the cost going to be?
Okay, so there's 25 that I'm giving soap to. They're all within the area that I drive going to the office or through Garland, Richardson. I'm also, the ones who are a little further out, I'm going to just do a $5 Starbucks gift card and put it in the mail with a note in a fall card. But I got the soaps they were $4.25, and I had the coupon for 20% off and free shipping. So by the time that's done, you know, we're talking about a $4 gift item. To set up the little card, it took me maybe 5 minutes. I bought the stickers, and then it was just sitting there. I'd say I invested maybe 5 minutes putting it together for each one, you know, if you include cutting the ribbon, putting the label on, that's even punching the holes and everything. So it went by really quick. And I also had my grandson help me, who's 12.
Hey, when I was 15 and 16, if I wanted gas money, I was putting stickers on mom's postcards, putting her open house signs out. I was some good leverage for her business.
Yep, and he's 12 now, so he was having fun. I even got the 5-year-old granddaughter helping me to cut ribbon. So it made it fun at the same time.
My to-do this week, go adopt a child. You can go hire an intern, go get somebody at college, make some credit. I have seen agents bring interns into their business. So.
I internship program. I usually answer the phone. She doesn't run things.
I believe the intern system is evil, but that's anti-capitalist. Yeah, way to get some leverage. So I know we've got a ton of new agents in the room, so Donna, I'm gonna pick on you if you don't mind. What have you done in the past for holiday events or drop-bys?
I've delivered pumpkin pies, I've delivered apple pies to clients, and my sphere is all over. So it used to take me about 4 days to deliver pies and everything else, but it was so nice to see those people, and I would do it to about 50 people. And then one year we nailed pumpkin bread to our clients, which was really
But last year, and I'm doing the same thing this year, we're doing on November 7th, I teamed up with 2 other agents, and we got a photographer out and just made a video to my clients, and the photographer comes here to the office, and we're going to take family photos. And then they use a holiday one. And it doesn't really matter who comes, it matters when they're invited. And we have, like I've got 2 vendors that are helping, we're all bringing vendors to help contribute to this. So it's going to be, it's more of time than anything. And it is the coolest thing. And like when they put it on Facebook and pictures, Dawn and my realtor, and totally says, well, look what they did. And it's a free picture. And they loved it. We did it right before COVID last time. And so we didn't do it last year, but we're doing it this year, number 7, and we're doing it with 2 other agents.
Teaming up, so like then I invite my spirit, you invite your people, right? Leave a message and build something and work with them.
Exactly. And we've got a lender that's bringing snacks. We're doing it before after people are going to sign up. It was so much fun the last time that we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also making calls. I'm doing at least 5 to 10 calls a day, just asking people what they're doing over the holidays and everything else like that. And I think I'm going to go deliver some loans to people because there's some of my clients I haven't seen in a while and I want to see what they've done on their house and stuff like that. So I do that also. It was a great time to do that.
Yeah, especially after the last, 18, 24 months, people want to be.
And you're not
connected.
Guys. Don't think that you're bugging people. They usually are so happy to, you're delivering a gift or you're just calling and saying hi. It's just really, and it can be inexpensive. You can even just write a note. I also put holiday parties for my clients.
When you would deliver, would you call and confirm they were going to be home?
Yeah.
Or just kind of show up?
Well, there are a couple different ways you can do it. One year I made a video and told them I was coming and they were waiting for me. It took me 4 days to do it all. But it was great.
They want to talk,
They
don't
want
they?
to talk. And so I like that. No, and I truly do. They want me to see the inside of their house and what they've done and everything.
Sitting here having
And
a
it
bottle of
really-
wine,
yeah,
passing out on
I'm
the
telling you,
couch.
I've had lunch, breakfast, and everything. So it kind of goes both ways. Sometimes you call and sometimes you just drop off. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. But even just mailing them something, even a card just saying, I'm thankful for your business or, something. It's just really important to help your client and just always be in front of them.
So the pie one's pretty popular. And
Where
what
do you get your cards? Let me tell you, you go to Sam's, you ask Sam's to say, I need to have 50 apple pies. They will not put the price tag on it, you tell them not to put the price tag on it. And then I made these little, color my name in, little stickers that say I'm so thankful for your business, or something like that, with my business card. And you can make that up, anything like that, but Sam's, you can get the pies in.
They're what, about $5 a piece?
Yeah, they weren't very, this year they're probably $10, roughly, but everything is. But they have the big pies, and they were really nice, and they looked at the labels, that's them, we circled the labels, and did it, and we did that. Although
They taste good, you would never
They
know.
are,
it
they're
was
really good,
Sam's
but
pie.
make sure they're secure in your farm, because I have to be stopped short in my new farm a number of years ago, and I wish I would have afforded to get all the pies. But anyway, it was just not a big deal.
So I see a lot of you start, especially as you're new, and you go out and you deliver. What you'll start to see starting in late November, early December is we will have a couple of our agents that actually set up here at the office. And so since they've got such large databases, it's impossible. They don't have the time to go deliver 100 pies across the Metroplex. So they'll put out a post, hey, Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, I'll be at my office from 12 to 4 p.m. Feel free to come by and pick up and let me know in advance whether you'd like an apple or a pumpkin. And they'll do it either before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's pretty popular, or they will do it before the winter break there between probably December 20th and January 1st. So great way to kind of leverage your time. And like Donna said, it's more the invitation than it is the actual deliverable. So I always give the joke about, if I've got 2 tickets to the Maverick preseason game tonight, I'm going to call, my first 10 people I'm going to call are the people I think are least likely to use those tickets. Because I want to get the as many calls in as possible. So I called my buddy who I know lives in Little Elm, has a brand new newborn that was born 3 weeks ago, and I called him like, hey Betty, what's going on? Hunter Webb, long time no see. I got 2 tickets to tonight's Mavs game. They're right down by the court. Wants Luka to dominate. Any chance you and your husband would be able to make it? She's like, dude, we just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and I'm like, I know. Just thought maybe you needed a night out. Turns out you can't leave a three-week-old baby at home, so she can't go.
You can go for dates.
Yeah, you're right. Now, if she, for whatever reason, she's like, oh my God, my in-laws are in town, they can watch the kids, we can totally go, then cool, awesome, take tickets. But I'm gonna call the 10 least likely people, then I'm gonna call my single friend Nelson and be like, hey dog, I know you live like 5 minutes from the AAC, I got 2 tickets to tonight's game, it starts in 30 minutes, in case you want them. No, and there's a good chance that, you know what, he can walk across the street and go watch the game, he'll take them. But I've gotten 10 people that are now, when their husband gets home, Betty's gonna be like, oh my God, that Hunter was so cool. He called and invited us to the Mavs game. Obviously, we couldn't go because of our newborn, but I was very thoughtful of him. So it's that invitation that matters. On top of her photography, so the family photo, I've got a good friend of mine over at the KW Plano office. They will do pictures with Santa. So they'll have the big red carpet. They use the red carpet for 2 things. They use it for their Santa pictures, and they do every one of their client walkthroughs is a red carpet walkthrough. And they actually pay a photographer to come out. They have one of those little media backdrops, and they put a red carpet out on the walkway up to the client's new home and do like a little paparazzi photo shoot. Goes pretty viral on their social media. So, but they're gonna do pictures with Santa every year. We've done barbecue sauce in the past, so it doesn't have to be pie. We found a little barbecue sauce place out in West Texas. They really good barbecue sauce. Got them to sell it normally, I think, $8 per bottle up at like Central Market. They sold it to us. It cost for $3 a bottle. And every person on our team went to the top 20 people in their database and passed those out. What ideas are you guys thinking of? I've never heard that. I like that.
And that, you know, I live in my rock. I don't have a personal thing. It's just that most people do. Photographer idea. Me, I'm the dog now, so I was invited to bring our dog to Canada. Photograph thing, and so me and my girlfriend called our dog, and it's my favorite. I'll probably share it with you.
That could be fun.
Kind of like niche-y, my target market in a lot of ways.
Do you think, COVID has kind of, for this season, which one option, someone like food?
I don't think we're, I don't think for sure, you know your sphere. Better than we would.
And we Market Street, whatever, the more crazy expensive, many days.
I think, like she said, you know your sphere. I don't think anybody in my sphere would think twice about it. I think they would just, you know, they'll just look at somebody baked your,
Every year anyway.
yeah, somebody baked your pie at Sam's.
Right.
Yeah. Seattle, I might say different. Here in Texas, everything is kind of open. So that's kind of the client appreciation. What are some lead generation events you could be doing this time of year? Okay, so you guys have a festival that they were already putting on?
Yes, I got the bouncy house and actually,
You didn't want to do a dunking booth where they could dunk you? I'd come out and pay $10.
Wait, where is it now?
Downtown Square. My best friend's wife is on
food and all the activities. So hey, you don't have to do it. Yeah. So sure. And I've got the bouncy concept with
Plus, we're in an office looking into renting a bus and going up to Canton for first grade days, I think in November. What if you had like a booth at first grade day, stuff like that? Or sell anything, you're talking to people about home ownership. Not conventional. I knew a guy that used to have a kiosk in the mall with his lender. Yes. And he would get on average, 1 pre-approval per day. Covers all it takes is one of those closing in a month, and I've covered my costs. 2 of them, and I'm now 100% profitable. 3 of them, and I'm feeling really good about my decision. Get in front of people. It's finding activities like that to get in front of people. One that we would do before either Thanksgiving or Christmas, the food drive. There's Minnie's Pantry here in Plano. There's obviously the North Texas Food Bank. Call and work in conjunction with them. This is why we want to talk about this now, though, in October. If you wait till a week before Thanksgiving and decide, oh shit, I'm going to do a food drive, how likely is it to succeed? Start putting the pieces in place now, get in touch with these organizations, find out what they're looking for. We would go out, pass the flyer out on a Monday with a bag. First time I did it, I had little to no expectation. It was every time I did it last minute. And went to Kroger, got a bunch of plastic bags there, stapled a flyer onto there, passed it out to the condo, and came back that Friday. I think I had dropped them off on Wednesday, and I was running behind. Let's do it on Monday. Didn't get there until Wednesday. I'm like, this is going to be a waste of my time. I had to bring my little Kia hatchback down there 3 times because it was so full with food. There were neighbors waiting on the steps. Like, it was the first time I had ever done an event where people were so excited to see me. Like, I'm going to be knocking on their doors and they just thought that was so cool. They were like, look, we get emails and postcards from realtors offering the buyer and seller house all the time. You're the first one that seems to have ever done anything to give back to the community that we're in. And that's where I like teaming up with, North Texas Food Bank. Obviously, there's a huge team, but there's a good chance that the North Texas Food Bank is supporting one of your very local food banks. See if you can't tap in with that one, it will have a little bit more of a root within your community. So I found that one was a really good way. Then we would follow that up and we would do a drive right at the beginning of January for the school. Find that local elementary school. May not be aware, but the average teacher in the state of Texas spends over $2,800 a year on their own school supplies. The last 2 years in school, they have had probably double that spending when you're talking about all the things they needed to keep safety precautions and masks, cleaning supplies, shields, and everything else they had to go through. So reaching out to either that elementary school that's within your community, or there's some areas of Dallas that absolutely need help, reaching out to them and finding out what do your teachers need? What supplies are they having to constantly be purchasing? You put together a list, you pass that out over the winter break, people gather those supplies. You can do just like we did with the military drive that we've got going on right now. You guys aren't aware. All you have to do if you want to contribute to that is scan the little QR code and it will link right over to Amazon where you can purchase all those supplies. You can do the same thing with the list that you were doing for the community drive and get it shipped right to school. But that way, all of a sudden, you come like January 5th and school got back and said, I now got to call the principal and be like, hey, I've got 6 bags of school supplies I would like to bring to school. We would use that to get in with the school. Now, once a month, I would start doing pop buys at the school where I would bring some cookies, some hand sanitizer, during these dance, I would bring little pieces of Tylenol. They would let us set it up in the break room. We put a little flyer out. You purchase a home using the JamWeb team between now and the end of the school year, we'll rebate $1,000 back to the time of closing. We use that event and getting popular doing that to parlay into a happy hour at the end of the school year with a morning clip. He covered all the costs. We brought people. Turns out people like to drink. A tab was pretty happy, but we picked up deals from that event. So it was started off with just a school supply drive that turned into a long-term lead generation strategy. Having an ex-teacher for a mother, it's kind of always been a soft spot of mine. I think a lot of you in here have taught before. It's a really cool way to give back to the community. the neighbors want to help the way, and you can talk real estate with it. Our little flyer said, you are probably aware that Matthews Elementary is a 10-star presidential blue ribbon winning elementary school. Thanks to its awesomeness, home values in our neighborhood continue to be at record highs because we go to such an awesome school. Let's show our support, whether you have a kid that goes to Matthews or not. Here's a list of the following supplies. And it was really well received, and then got us an end with the school as well. So it can be a kind of two-sided. My farm thought really highly of the event. They were willing to give back, and then we were able to parlay that into lead generating towards the school now. And most of those teachers would like to live close to the school that they go to, so they turned out to be some pretty good clients. So, what along those lines? What did that trigger? Who can?
You know, the clothing drive, so staff is going to
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah, pants are a big one. One of the guys on the ticket, he does a drive every year. It's probably the 10th year he's done it, called Drop Your Pants.
no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And you know what? Every year I look forward to it because I know I'm going to clean out my closet. I'll tell you with the food drive. So this is why you need to start communicating with these companies right now. They were not able to take clothing donations this last 2 years. And a monetary donation. You should talk with these organizations. Are they taking food? I think the food banks are taking food donations. But you need to.
In schools for men on the ward, I know that elementary, they have a food bank with the closet, food closet in the elementary that goes in kids home on the weekends with a backpack of food. So even when you're elementary, there's food.
Yeah, I saw there was an article about a lady in Atlanta who opened up the first grocery store in a school. And they keep it stocked with clothes, food, school supplies, and it is 100% free. And a bunch of people were ripping it like the food was kind of mass-produced, like Cheetos and stuff. And she said, look, I'm open to donations, but these are the big companies are able to donate. They just happen to make a lot of processed food. It is what it is. Better than nothing. Yeah, what if you did, gym equipment? If you're a guy and you like sports, maybe you make it sports things. But the PE department and the recess, they could use some new kickballs, some new soccer balls. I know they went to a decent school. We never had any nice nets on our basketball court. That was one of the fun things. I remember one of our team leaders challenged us to a random act of kindness, and I went out and bought 100 basketballs and kept the ladder in my car. Anytime I would drive by a kid's playground and it had a crappy net, I would get out my stupid ladder and put it on and put up a new net. So find the things you enjoy and figure out how you can tie it into it.
There was another thing that I heard you talk about was reverse them by giving them on you to let me promote the right for the holidays, make an Amazon card, $100 or something. You say, hey, call me during this time and you'll get an entry. And if you prefer a friend to enter, you get another entry. So I think it's definitely compelling, but then you have one on you, and maybe you're sending that to, and then you have one giveaway. So I had a really bad idea for Father's Day. I had to build an uptown. Like, you can't put up signs, and how many of you get more trash? There were people who did it. Or two, the host did. Yeah, let's be creative. So I made this little basket with Father's Day with barbecue sauce. Well, nobody wanted it. I called the people that showed up. They didn't return my call. I'm like, what do I do with this sauce? Like, what is the worst thing ever? They all knew that we went to them for a time to have Father's Day over Father's Day. That's literally how we got traffic. So yeah, sorry to you.
What if you had Santa? So speaking of your open house, what if you had Santa at your open house in December? Think you could go around and invite 200 neighbors? I'm gonna come check out the neighbor's house. Same time, we're gonna have Santa set up.
Well, you can
I know I'm getting a little bigger, but damn. I can't grow a full beard, I'm sorry.
They have a little picture.
Did a play in high school where I had to wear a mustache. Halfway through the play, it clipped on your nose, and halfway through, it went all the way through and pierced my nose, and I just started bleeding out on stage. The show must go on. So I'm just standing there delivering lines with blood trickling down my face. I looked really hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, how can you spruce up your open houses during the holiday season?
You could even do a food drive or something like that. Come on in, bring, canned food, or, when you advertise for other houses, put that on it. It can be faster.
You think your neighbors might show up?
Everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They were talking about what they had a really successful open houses with one team, and they were doing, on like their hiring, they were doing, they called them tacos and tequila. It's like you showed up, you got a shot of tequila and a bounce.
I show up.
And they said like all it was barely big when I listened to it. They said 3 houses, I think, that they did it on. They sold the house at the town and they built like multiple.
Silver play.
Yeah, really.
Well, like they were saying it's not, because people, they were talking about, they were making fun of it. They were like, no, it's nothing crazy or whatever. Most people want to drink, but it's like, they try to turn it into like a party and have support. And they were, and they were inviting his book for their open house.
We used to do the hamburger.
Oh,
Remember they
thank
had the
Mhm.
hamburger stand,
We had a guy in Newport who paid for in and out. It's like $10,000 for open house. Had this huge in and out truck on. It had a full soda machine, 2 fries, 2 grills. It's like a full in and out on wheels.
That's like telling when the girl is pointing out. Especially personally.
But it is, yeah, you're turning your open house into an event. Especially on the holiday, during the holidays, you're competing against, all the other stuff going on a weekend, but you also have more people out and about on the weekend. So who thinks it's a good time to list a home during the holidays? Why?
just because there's people in town looking at homes and everything like that, and people are starting to think. And just like there are tons of agents right now doing this kind of work. Because there's a lot of agents that say, you know what, I'm done. Holidays, just like you said, I work through the whole thing, and it's still a great time.
I've written an offer at like 9 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Shut in my house that day.
You know what else somebody did, and I don't know if I agree with this or not, but when they were passing out fruit, they had their business card attached for Halloween
I did it.
to like
No shame.
bag of popcorn.
So I did it.
I just print, I don't have any to show you, but I just saw one online, so I printed them, printed, because it's like buying or selling a house to be scary, with the Halloween print, and then, I'm gonna attach it, and there's all my information on there, I'm gonna give a better quality gift, than I can,
Mhm.
just the cheap, better quality.
So when parents go too bad.
So totally.
So I had a dad come walking up. So I held it at a vacant house that was otherwise not going to have any trick-or-treaters. It was a listing. So I held it open, had some hard cider, and passed out candy with my card. And I had a dad come up about 15 minutes after the kid. And he, what the hell is this? This is so tacky, yada, 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 yada. A month later, I had his list.
Because he's probably.
He hated it so much that he decided to list with me. By the end of the conversation, so I explained to him, dude, I totally get it, but this was a vacant house, otherwise kids weren't gonna get any candy. You can never be too safe. Now you can trace where that piece of candy came from. And so we ended up talking for 10 to 15 minutes, finally got off his rocker, had himself a nice glass of hard cider, walked around, toured the house, was kind of impressed with it by the end of the night, and sure enough, calls me about 3 weeks later and was like, my wife and I are thinking of selling our house. Well, I thought it was a little tacky. It's better than most agents in this neighborhood, so you'd be willing to help us. And so, yeah, find a vacant listing, pass out some candy. Yeah, your house, I didn't, at the time, I was living in an apartment, so I think that was probably what prompted that, so.
Although I should strategize to get my husband. over to do something private.
But if it's your neighborhood, then your neighbors are probably more comfortable. You could do chili and people chili or have some nice hard cider or whatever the case may be. Something to refill those Yetis because all those parents walk around with those Yetis. Oh, that's not water. I know what's going on. I've learned. But yeah, it's amping your game up, and the holidays is a great time to do it because what you're doing is you're planting the seeds for 2022, and that starts today. You know, what you do today is going to affect what you close in January, February, and March. Yes, ma'am.
So, gave me an idea. I live in Hudson, and I wanted to run. So I have a relationship management. I asked him to ask them, hey, can you do like my treaties that started? So I don't want to create this thing out there. And I just need some mess. I'm gonna take it.
Everybody knew the house to have the king size. Problem is now they got phones so they can text the other kids. Yo, dog, get over to this house. They got the king size. See, last year I bought like $200 worth of candy. Was so excited. It's Halloween. I know it's COVID. We had 5 triggers. And so literally the last kid that came, I was just like, here, little buddy, you just hit the jackpot. He's like just holding his bag over, like, oh my God, this is amazing. Hey, this year my goal is to give away all my crappy baseball cards. I'm packaging those up. So I'll bring some to the office if anybody wants to give out baseball and basketball and football cards. Like each one pack. So, but if your neighborhood is slow, find an open house in your neighborhood. Like I can tell you, my parents' neighborhood, they will start at 4:30 that afternoon, and they will not stop till 8:30. They will give out about 1,000 pieces of candy. It's fun. And it was not like that when I was growing up. I don't know what happened. One of the streets in their neighborhood decided to become the Halloween street and just goes all out for Halloween.
Put a lawn chair out front.
What if you were handing out like glow sticks? Something for the kids to walk around safely with. What if you did a pop by the week leading up to Halloween where you would pass out glow sticks or something for safety? That could be huge. So it's taking these things, these fun events that people are already going to eat. Who feels like sometimes when we lead generate, we're bothering people, they don't really want it. Well, we're now in a time to, no doubt. I do too. And then I forget, it was like I mentioned today in Ignite, it dawned on me this weekend while I was driving around. We get so scared like we're offending people when we generate. Then I watched NFL football and college football for probably like 20 hours this weekend because I'm really cool. And I bet I watched like 10 hours of commercials. I don't get mad at McDonald's for running ads. I'm not pissed off at Walmart for their ads. There's other things I don't like about Walmart. I agree, people, but their ads don't bother me. It's just the price we pay. Yet we're like, oh my God, if I ever market to somebody, they're going to be so offended. Like, you stopped me yesterday and asked me to fix the dent in my car. I didn't then spend the rest of my day just pissed off because he had the audacity. I was like, damn, dude, why don't I just start stopping people? Or like 3 dudes like gathering up their lawn equipment the other day, and I almost like just pulled over and was like, hey, I'm real estate, I can help you buy or sell it. I mean, just looking for opportunities. So now we've got a fun time of the year where most people tend to be in either a really good mood or a mood where they really would like to talk to a human being. There's a lot of people that are lonely over the holidays that show up at their door to totally make their day. Gives them an opportunity to give back. Maybe they have had a really tough 2021. And you know what? Your food drive is the motivation for them to do something for somebody else that will get them out of their doom and gloom and into a good holiday spirit. And maybe they never buy a house from you, but they donate a couple cans of food, and that helps them out at the end of the day. So this is an opportunity to give back to the community. And really charge your own battery and have a little fun doing it. So.
By the way, I just learned, Plano, parents just changed their rules. Do not have to have the 14
15 years without one. I've been asked a few times, like, call the cops, I don't care. And then I jump in my car and run away. I do care. Yeah, just giving you good information. You know, if you're looking for a door knocking activity, you know, figuring out what are the holiday festivals going on and passing that out. You know, where's there a tree light? Where's there a menorah light? Where's the community? What events are going on in your community? Then be at those community events. Get you a nice branded thing. We were gonna, if we had stayed in Seattle, I was gonna try to become a sponsor for the annual Naked Bike Ride through Seattle. And pay people to paint my logo on their back. It's the craziest thing. First time we went, I thought there would be like, oh, it's a big, it's during the summer solstice. I thought there would be like 100, maybe 200 people. So we walked down there at like 10 a.m. Supposed to start at 11. I mean, 50 people back all the way down a 5-mile stretch. It goes on for 2 hours. There were over 20,000 people naked, painted on bikes. They paint themselves up, all sorts of costumes, but they're absolutely naked, just riding their bikes. And then what's crazy is they go about the rest of the day just walking around town. So all the bars have to hand out towels so that when you sit down, your paint doesn't. Yeah. That was a fun city, man. Ain't everybody stuff a team, so. But yeah, finding a bit, but you know, that's a out there event. But what events does your community have that they're tied into? And how can you get involved? Like Kevin is with the Anna Fall Festival. So.
Like my neighborhood, we're doing a golf cart parade,
Mm-hmm.
and then ladies and gentlemen, songs that we want to make it like a part of something like those decorated golf carts. We were like
Exactly. You get to give back to the community while at the same time get yourself out there. And not just always asking for business. We're just coming from contributions. So anybody got anything else, or else we will wrap it up?
So I'm not very good about doing this. Which is your primary addressing on my card. Okay, well, that's really big and motivated.
And that felt true.
Yeah, like just reaching out and asking for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just want to pop a little something, little holiday greeting in the mail. I can't imagine any single person saying no to that.
Yeah, I was thinking Alexa help.
And once I have everyone's address, I can add them into command and do what with it.
Smart plan.
Which one would I put them on? Monthly neighborhood nurture. I think it's your mom that's gotten like 3 or 4 deals off of putting people on smart plans recently. Mm-hmm. So I have no idea what my parents do for business either.
No, but then she wanted to be at our, like, so excited, she's like, always keep on talking to a lot of like, we didn't talk about that. We were just so excited. I don't know, smart plan, yeah, in the email. It's called smart plan. Mouth to mouth or it doesn't have to do that.
So that's for you as the newer agents. That technology, I'll be real with you, when Command came out 3.5, almost 4 years ago, it was an absolute stretch. It barely operated. What it can do today is actually get you business. And so we've got a lot of agents that just, they're never going to use it. Because the first taste they got was real sour. They felt like it was jammed down their throat. They lost the systems that they knew. Nobody likes change. There's going to come a time where we get new software and y'all are going to be the OGs. And you're going to be like, I'm not using that. It's not Command. We'll be like, it's so much better. Try it out. And you're like, no, I got this works perfect. And you'll get there. But there's a lot of agents here in this market today that are there. And it's what I always tell the new agents in the last year. I think y'all are at such a cool time because everything changed at this point 20 months ago. How real estate was done, the way we have to connect with people, the things we need to think about. And a lot of our veteran agents have struggled with that because they don't embrace change. And it's the only market you folks have ever known. So you've learned how to hustle. One of the more unique markets, if not more difficult markets you're ever going to see in your career. And I think that, to me, that should excite you that you picked this time. A little tough to get going, but I promise you, you're sharpening your skills for sure.
You and I were talking about, and we had wished we had
Comment.
be accessible.
With Florida.
So like, opening that dashboard, right, what do my tabs say? It's all about habit.
Yep.
But it's kind of notification.
It's coming.
Yeah.
When
There's always more.
I've heard first few, but they've also got to the point where they're not. Why they had to launch Command when they did was because they were making promise of exactly we're going to launch it here, and so they had a 2/3 complete system that said, here, you guys, you'll lab it out for us. You break it. We want you to break it. I'm like, dude, that was when our president was an IT guy. And that's apparently how IT guys do. We're real estate agents running multi-million-dollar businesses. I don't have time to be your guinea pig. Exactly. I need it to work. We now have a real estate guy that has a real estate company. I don't know. Seems like a smart idea. So I have a feeling that app is not going to come out in a beta version because he knows that the expectation for real estate agents is that we will make one home like this. So I know it exists. It's just now being labbed behind closed doors as opposed to 480,000 agents. So hey, just bring it your own. So look, half the technology, you think I'm joking, but half the technology that KW has, agents have built it. They've seen a need within this company and said, man, if this company had this product, it'd be really cool. They build it, then they call down to Austin and say, hey, I've got this really cool thing I've built. Any chance Gary would be available to take a look at it? And Gary will listen. And then Gary will write you a really nice check and go, we'd like to have exclusivity on your product. And that's how he's built a lot of that stuff. Agents have seen a gap, filled that gap with a piece of technology, and then turn around and sold it back to the people who they need it. So there's opportunity there. So fun. There you go. So cool. Well, thank you guys for all the suggestions. Let me just run down the list. So we got offering a free photographer for family photos, delivering ties to SOI or having them come to you or some sort of little trinket, pictures with Santa, house decorating contest, which I think is really cool with your sphere of influence, food drive with your local food pantries, school supply drives for local schools, open houses, have Santa there, encourage people to donate to food. So if you are doing a food drive, it's really cool to have all the invitations, tacos and tequila, and holiday cards with the intent of getting addresses for everyone in your database. And I love that idea. This is a perfect time to make sure that those contacts are caught up to date. So start planning it now so that you can execute it and you don't do like I did and wait till like, oh my God, tomorrow's Christmas. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
And go eat the rest of that chicken so I don't. 'Cause I got two racks of ribs for dinner tonight, so I don't need chicken. I bought some famous Memphis seasoning and sauce, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, what time?
I think kickoff like 7:15. We got a little bit of Ravens Colts action tonight. You want to take the Ravens? Probably the under on this game.
Sports ball.
That's right, sports ball.
Stream, by the way, I'm curious because
His name is John Gomez. He's not at the office very much. Yeah, I'll see if I can find a link.
do you know if that's the name?
I don't. I'll find it. Yeah, he just got me going. So we had looked on there and we only found one other dude who's doing anything real estate related on Twitch. And the guy
There, me, Kevin is now on Twitch.
Okay.
So he's another big personality that started on Twitch.
Okay, let's move it over to that platform. Yeah, there. At this point, I think it's, yeah, streaming webcam kind of thing. Probably, look, make it a house porn site for OnlyFans. I can see some agent's gonna do it. I have an agent out in California who is married and builds her business on Tinder. That doesn't surprise me. I know a couple people from high school, a couple people from college. When you know their field. Yeah. There's an NHL player that's now retired at 23. What happened there, boy? Is that